Okay.
So, John, if you had a chance to look at the film from Eastern game, and if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely went over that a few times. Our execution down the stretch really hurt us in terms of shot selection, not executing the plays, that we wanted to do. I thought we had the game, in hand. Really, I felt pretty good about it when we were up 3, and then just a couple of bad shots, missed layup. The lack of execution just killed us down the stretch. We fought so hard to come all the way back from the hole we dug ourselves in, and then to not be able to finish after we'd done that was very disappointing.
Is it kind of like a game where kind of you beat yourselves more than them out executing you?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think it was a tough game. I thought Eastern played well. They played well to get their lead, and then when they had their chance to execute. Their kids made some big shots. Their freshmen made a couple of big shots down the stretch and some good moves. No, they beat us, but I also feel like, if we had executed like we needed to, then it would have been different.
And just looking back at the 3-game trip and kind of the return to the Big Sky, how would you kind of assess those 3 games?
That was weird. The first game was just horrible. On both ends of the floor all the way around. Weber, I thought we did a good job of bouncing back from that game and playing a very physical team and a huge team. And then to go on the road again and, take away the start of the game, and I thought we played well. I thought we got better. So as the trip, by the end of the 3 games, I thought we were better, and we're a better team than when we started on January 1st. And I think we also played in 3 of the toughest venues, in the Big Sky already now. So we already were past that, and have 3 in a row to start the conference is always tough. But that's the schedule. That's the way it is. So you got to play it. And so I think coming out 1-2, I think realistically speaking, a 2-1 record would have been a lot better, obviously, and I would have been a lot more satisfied with that. But, being 1-2 after starting the first 3 on the road, that's the way it is. Now we just got to defend our home floor.
And speaking of that, how important is a sweep here in these next 2 games?
I think you got to win at home in this league. I know that from my time being in this league is you got to win at home in the Big Sky because the venues are rough, wherever you go. And we got to make our venue rough. And, hopefully we get a good crowd and the students should be back. Hopefully we get some support, the kind of support these other guys are getting on the road, and we can use that to our advantage.
Do you feel the energy, like the importance of the students coming back? Or do you think that's like a big lift for your team? Do you feel them performing a little bit better?
Yeah, it would be for sure if they show. We haven't had a great record of students turning out for the women's basketball games, and I'm just not sure why. It's something that's always puzzled me here. I see them at the men's games, and then where are they supporting the women's basketball team? I don't see them out here, and I would love to see them out here, but so far, history has shown that they haven't shown up.
And with this team, it's kind of been, with a few exceptions, kind of lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game. Why do you think that is? It just kind of tough to string those wins back to back, maybe getting too high off of a win, maybe?
I think it's just been the part, I think, due to the scheduling. We've had, some rough games, kind of spaced out. And so, the Multnomah going in between Oregon State and Baylor. So then you got to lose one, win one, lose one type deal, I think we could have, potentially could have streaked together earlier in the year. I didn't do it. But, I keep waiting myself for our team to really catch fire and put a few good quality wins together. Like we did last year once we got into the league and really started going, and everything kind of caught fire. So I'm waiting for that myself.
Is this homestand kind of the best opportunity for that to happen?
Yeah, I think it is. Here we are. We've played 3 rough road games. Now we're at home. We got no excuses. We need to come out. We need to show up. We need to play hard.
And look specifically to your next few opponents, kind of just like a Sacramento State. Kind of what have you seen from them? What issues do they pose for you?
Well, they play the crazy system, man. They play the press full court the entire game, jack up a bunch of threes. There's games where they've shot 50 threes, I think, in a game. I mean, they substitute every 2 or 3 minutes, 5 at a time. It's that system he brought from back east. It's the old Paul Westhead system that he ran at Loyola Marymount, basically. And they're 3-1 with it right now in the league, and it'll be something that we have not seen here. And I haven't seen it since when I first got here. We played Westhead and Oregon in a tournament, and we faced that similar style. San Jose tried to run it a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out on Thursday.
Kind of put more ball handlers out there, more shooters to kind of match it, or you want to slow down the pace to counteract it?
I'm just going to kind of see how the game goes. I've been looking at all the films, and teams are doing it both ways. A lot of slow down, a lot of that. I don't think we're a great slow down basketball team. And I don't want to get away from what we do just because of what they are doing. I think we're gonna play our game. With a few minor adjustments and see what happens.
Just kind of talk about how Stacy's been playing as of late. Like she's reliable every night.
She's been playing great. Early ever since after the Pocatello game. She played great at Weber, played really good at Eastern. I think teams are going to focus on her and they're trying to take her out of the games. And she just gets out there and works hard. She's back to her old self, taking charges, rebounding, doing all the other things besides scoring, because she's a natural scorer and she's going to score points no matter what. But when the other parts of her game are really clicking, the rebounding and the defense, that's when she's at her most dangerous, and that's what she's doing right now.
When teams are keying in on her, who else do you kind of expect to emerge and kind of take over one of those times when she's getting all the attention?
Well, I think that's when people like Christina Salvatore and Connie and Allie in particular, if they're going to be so focused on the outside, that we need to put the ball inside, because Allie is capable of dominating a game herself. And, we need to get the ball in her hands if they're going to focus on Stacy that much. And if they're going to double team her out on the perimeter from the guards, then, Christina's got to be able to knock down some shots, and we need some scoring out of our four players, whether it's Brooke Riley or Jerry, and I think Jerry's played extremely well. Really ever since Christmas.
With Sacramento State, are they one of those teams this year where their record's a little bit deceiving, kind of not indicative of how good of a team?
Yeah, absolutely. They played like 5 Pac-12 teams. Yeah, I think something like that. And I think like almost all in a row or something.
4 of them in a row.
Yeah, it was crazy looking at their schedule. They've had a hard schedule, man. I think they're a lot better than their overall record indicates. And like I said, now they're 3-1 in the league, man. So I think they're showing what kind of talented basketball team they are.
With the team that's had success in the conference, this kind of chance to you said the target's on your team's back. Everyone wants to prove that the Big Sky's better than the WAC. Can you make a statement with a big win over a good team like that?
Yeah, definitely. We need to get out and beat the top teams, in the Big Sky, and not only make a statement, but we got to get back in the race, man. We're down a couple of games now, and we can't afford to fall too far behind. If we want to be Big Sky champions.
How'd you fare in that game against Westhead's
We
team?
did pretty well. We didn't win the game, but we actually played pretty well, if I remember correctly. It was a while ago. It was back, I can't even remember. Probably 5 years ago, I think. But it went pretty good. It was interesting. We slowed it down a little bit against them because they were bigger inside. They were a lot bigger inside than we were. It was a different caliber, I think, of athlete that we were playing against back then.
Did you draw anything from that game?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. And, I've been talking to some people who play in that system, who coach that system, and, trying to put a game plan together that we think is going to be the most successful. Like I said, it'll be interesting Thursday night. All right.
Thank you.
You bet.